Hello, I'm Raveler1, and welcome to the Tapestry. Today we're going to continue our game of Crusader Kings 2, this wonderful medieval simulator game where we are smashing the Patriarchy. At least that's our goal. We are the Count of Sofia, and we've been made into a Duke, which has been pretty good. We've been advancing along the way. And we've been making things better for the women in our duchy, in our region. The whole point of this is to eventually replace all of the Orthodox priests in all of the five areas of the Pentarchy with women. So we can have the five priestesses of Orthodoxy. Although it won't be Orthodox anymore. It'll be Bogomilist. Bogomilism? One of those. It's really hard to pronounce, is what it is. We are in Bulgaria. To give you an idea of the world map as we're starting today. Bulgaria and the Byzantine Empire are living together in something less than harmony, as it happens. Let me be able to hear this a little bit. We are not at war currently, but although we share certain things, it's not going so well. Now, those places that we need to eventually take and replace are haunted throughout the area. I just realized, sorry for the strange look, but I just realized that Svidjod, or Sweden, is down here in Jerusalem area. This is Jordan, I suppose, Transjordan across the River Jordan, and yeah, that's the Dead Sea, and the Negev is all owned by Svidjod, Sweden. How odd. What an odd game this has been. Anyway, those five provinces that we need to own, I believe, are visible on this map. If I click on an Orthodox place, yes, so we've got Jerusalem, Ephesus, well, no, that's not accurate either. So, Jerusalem, Alexandria, which is the Miaphysite patriarch, I think Tarsus or Antioch. Antioch is one of the places we need to hold. Constantinople, of course, being the ecumenical patriarch, holds that. And then Rome, because the Bishop of Rome, the Archbishop of Rome, also known as the Pope, that needs to be replaced with a woman as well. So, fascinating to see this come through. That five different groups, they were called the Pentarchy, five different heads of the state, five patriarchs. Anyway, let's stop talking about our goals and talk about what we are going to do today. We are Duke Kaon the Bold, relatively new on the throne here. We are Bogomilist, which is a fun thing to say. This is that heresy that will allow us to replace male priests with priestesses. Now, here's an interesting thing about Bogomilism. It was a heresy that held equality as the be-all and end-all. It was one that said there should be no hierarchy, there should be no kings all the way down to peasants. Everybody's equal in the sight of God, and that included men and women, which is why the game represents it by this other way. It says in the game that this was a Gnostic, a Christian heresy with Gnostic elements that completely rejects the ecclesiastical hierarchy and advocates a return to early Christianity. Well, that's essentially correct. Bogomilists believe that the world was created by an evil demiurge, the devil, and I disagree with that part of this. That was one of the parts of Bogomilism, but that's why there's some interesting mechanics related to it. In any case, what is going on in our region? Our country, Bulgaria, is at war with pagan Alp the Brute of Khazaria. Khazars are up here. Historically speaking, the Khazars were one of the major enemies of the Byzantine Empire, along with the Bulgars, Bulgaria. However, it looks like the Khazars have split into many different sections today. And so we have kind of this little piece here. That's not as terrifying as it would have been a few years ago. However, the Bori and the Koalits are also involved in this. It's fascinating. We seem to be doing okay. We'll let our liege handle that. Who is the current heir? The current heir is Duke Stitch of Epirus. Duke Stitch has a daughter, so possibility, at least at this point, says that Bisera might end up on the throne. Fascinating down the line. Because our laws right now are agnatic, cognatic, gavelkind. which means men are preferred, but if they do not have a male heir, then we will go to a woman before moving on in the family. It's interesting to see these different laws represented throughout. Our tech levels right now, we're trying to improve tolerance so that we can improve the status of women. Until at tolerance level 6, we can have full status of women. They could inherit on the same basis. It's going to take us a while to get there. Tech moves very slowly. What else did we have going on here? Right. We were going to look in here. We have as high a status of women as we can manage at the moment. Women are allowed to hold some power, occupying background positions behind the people in charge. Basically, this allows women to be spy masters, which is cool. Okay, let's start the game running so we can see where things are going to go. I think we're trying to convert people. Our court chaplain, who is our nephew Sea Knight, he is Bogomilist and is trying to convert people to the faith, to the heresy, as it is. While searching for a lost chalice, I came upon a band of rogues who robbed me. There were too many of them. Some ducats. War seems to be going well. My courtier Bartol has carefully approached me about his orthodox beliefs, trying to convert me to his way of worship. Oh, Bartol. Let's engage in theological debate. Maybe we can convert you to our... My dear liege, your penetrating gaze can part even the thickest theological fog. I am utterly convinced by your learned arguments. Rest assured that I will never stray again. Your grateful courtier, Bartol. Well, welcome to Bogomilism. We don't have any land as yet, but perhaps we can get there one day. I guess we need to convert our area here. We're still Orthodox on our own land. We're also kind of waiting for our liege, Tsar Bogoris, to pass on, as strange as that sounds. My wife, Boyana, has been really letting herself go as late. What was once a graceful and delicate woman has slowly become an undignified and hefty glutton, only excited about her next great feast. I hate these events. So, I can be polite and say, hey, you're getting a little unhealthy there. Seems reasonable. Perhaps it's time I asked Bishop Vasily to spend some time with me. It's probably the fastest way for me to gain his trust. This is a Orthodox bishop. I don't remember why I was trying to sway you. Okay. If we can spend time together. Vasily was happy to oblige me. Now that I have some time to spend with him, I am confident that I can convince him how like we are, that he stands only to gain from our friendship. Okay, well, that's good. Theodosia. This now is part of... Sting? Should really look at what counties and duchies and stuff we have. Duchy of Salerno and the Duchy of Benevento. Basically southern Italy here. We have Nicopolis, Capua, Salerno, New Berenice, Sarno, and Montalcino. You are part of Equite, right? Yes. Bavaria is randomly down here in Italy. Bavaria... Oh, I thought all of this was Bavaria. Nope, that's East Francia. They're not as strong as I was thinking. Interesting. Oh, the border. Venice, what are you doing? It's Bulgaria doing, really. It is surprising how often Vasily and I found ourselves debating theology during the visit. I suppose it was inevitable when two people of wildly different beliefs spend such a long period of time together. Only a few words need be exchanged between honorable rulers. Or I fulfilled all my obligations as a host. Or I hope you liked your time. Only a few words, honorable rulers. That seems to make sense. Not sure why I'm trying to do this. I was relieved to see that my words did not go unheard. Boyana thanked me for my concern and promised me that she will start dieting immediately. Sorry to do that at the beginning of the stream. New duchy exists. The Duchy of Cherson. You immediately give it to someone too? Did. Interesting. Even with blunt blades, a training fight is a dangerous thing. Sometimes a sword might strike just a bit too hard. Oh no, we hit Sea Knight. Probably shouldn't be sparring with our ecumenic, or our ecclesiarch, that's the term. Chief of religion. Hoping for somebody to... A weak claim. Okay, Crusade for Egypt. In a grand announcement, the Pope declares a crusade for Egypt. The Christian lords gather from all across the world to bring the Ptolemid Sultanate into the fold of Christian kingdoms and out of the infidel hands. The Ptolemid lands long have been under the tyrannic rule of the Mohammedan infidel Sultan Bashir of the Ptolemid Sultanate. But with the upcoming Christian onslaught, it is only a matter of time before long. God will grant remission of sin to everyone partaking in the righteous war. This Volt, come with us. So this is the Ptolemid, bright green here. They do hold most of Egypt, and also down into Ethiopia. On the other hand, Ethiopia is kind of headed off onto the Horn of Africa on their own way. Fascinating. Abyssinia is Ethiopia. Your steward, Mayor Bertolan, has collected a special tithe in Sofia. Nice. Oh, we've got a lot of gold. We should do something with it. We could build a thing. Yeah, more cavalry. Let's be more horsey people. Suppose we could also build a new holding. We're at maximum holdings for our size. It's okay. How can I rely on my generals when their understanding of warfare is so lacking compared to my own? To teach Mikhail a thing or two. Aggressive in combat or how to use rough terrain. It's too rough. Mikhail gratefully accepted my lessons in the art of war. With more generals like me, who can stand against us? Bulgarian Holy War for Sumia on Venice. Ooh, interesting. This is the designated land to go for. Serene Doge Caton of Venice. Looking for the Duchy of Sirmia. Just those two? Oh well. Still expand us a little bit. So yes, let's go. Join in. We have nothing else going on. Peace be with you. I gladly accept your offer of assistance in my war. Let our enemies tremble. Okay, cool. Try to hold that for ourselves. I'll head on over there. Who's this? Venice has some people in that region for some reason. Oh, uh-oh. Running right into trouble here, aren't you? Yep, you're going to end up there for certain. You head there as well. Okay. I recognize that we're going to walk right into the enemy here. Hopefully we'll get reinforcements fast enough to work out. Indeed. To the wise Duke Kaon, may you live in harmony and contentment. We would like you to back our plot to revoke the county of Thessalia, which is held by my daughter-in-law? No? Thank you. I'm going to let my daughter-in-law have her county. It will eventually fall to my children. Grandchildren. Sometime. Go. Got well. Another group coming in there. We can go over to Yukovar. Well, good. Wow, we've got lots of troops going here. We're doing well against Venice. I suppose Venice wasn't really well known for their land forces. Said and done. Ooh. Got one really good general and two not so good generals. Might want to do something. Is I'm going to tell my marshal to start finding people that are talented. Huzzah! The siege of Vukovar has begun. I do enjoy saying the names of these places. My dear liege, I was just approached by Sarah Strentorvea. Stentoreova. Stentoreova. Who tried to convince me to join her in her vile heresy. I hope you can convince her to see sense. Faithful Marshal. What is this vile heresy? The vile heresy of Catholicism. Yes. Well, Sarah, of my dynasty, why, don't we talk about this? Perhaps I can have you see the good side. My dear kinsman, your penetrating gaze can part even the thickest theological fog. I am utterly convinced by your learned arguments. Rest assured I will never stray again. Alright, so you are now Bogomilist, which is a good thing. You might actually be a person to be charged somewhere. So, did we just lose our liege? Oh, the war just ended. Okay. How odd. Must have lost whoever the person was that had a claim in the area. I don't think I can declare war on you, right? No. Okay. At the moment, we do not have the right to declare. However, we have a lot of troops. Some good generals would be in a good state. Okay, well, Nice, Sedata, same deal. How would you like to be Bogomilist? Revoke Thessalia. I'll stand down. I do not want to. Seems to me yes, this was meant to go to us. Head on back to Sophia. Well, we're doing a lot of convincing of people about the importance of Bogomilism. I don't think we've got any actual holdings yet that are... We've got a Tengri County, though. How weird. We don't, but somebody in Bulgaria is Tengri. Let's see, I bet we could declare independent. We need to get all of our troops out of the region. I'm curious, how many troops can you muster? 10,000? Yeah, that's not so good. We won't be revolting anytime soon. My dear father-in-law, may you live in harmony and contentment. We request that you honor your obligation and answer this call to arms against Tsar Bogoris III of Bulgaria. We accept we'd be part of the war against our overlord. Okay, well, this was what I was just saying I didn't want to do. But perhaps I need to. Okay. Benevento and Epirus have joined in this revolt. Secondary participant. Sure that that's so good. I bet we could raise some troops right here, though. Oh, same here. We raise there. Actually, go to Ohrid. And let's see. I will need all of my troops. So, let's get all of our vassal levies up as well. Raise those in just a... I try to breathe deeply, but catching my breath in the freezing weather is difficult. Look, it's the Duke himself, someone shouts. I turn, only to find myself overrun by a dozen of Tsar Bogoris III's haphazard soldiers. I could give them something and live, or I could gain the trait severely injured and one-legged. Well, I think it's time to be one-legged, I'm afraid. Didn't realize I was leading troops personally. Probably not be doing that.